Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show is each weekday morning. We hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, guys. Today, guys, we're talking about invoking the ancestors. Invoke means to call forth, to bring about, in this case, the energy, the highest aspects of folks who've been in your life, your ancestors, both in recent memory and also distant past memory from various realms of society. And then to call forth the energy, because we know that since energy can't be created or destroyed, it just changes forms, that the individuals, the ancestral masters, the folks who you look up to, the folks who inspire you, the energy that is at their highest level, in their highest aspects, also resides in you. So you call forth the energy of your ancestors, you can call forth that energy also from inside of you. So a really interesting topic today. Let's dive in. So point one is a revision of what I just said, a restating of what I just said. We know from 10th grade science that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form. So the energy that was in some of your historical heroes. So for me, Malcolm X and James Baldwin and June Jordan and Barbara Christian and Angela Davis and Silas Shakur, Jesus Christ, so many of the great Langston Hughes, people who are really, Mary Baraka, people who really inspired me in my life, Gandhi, Dr. King, the energy that made Nelson Mandela, the energy that made those individuals so powerful and so inspirational to me, for example, Gloria Naylor, that energy that's inside of them is everywhere, right? The energy that was them in those bodies, it's just energy in a different form. They were able to access it and reach to their highest level at times, although they were complicated with other issues, right? As we all have issues, but it is possible to call forth that aspect of I call your ancestral masters, like the master artists, the master entrepreneurs. Reginald Lewis, who's again a very complicated entrepreneur, but in many ways a brilliant man, right? To call forth the best of people from out of your own self, because you have that thing that was also inside of them, because there's only one energy. So that's point one. Well, point two is, how do you do that? How do you call forth dead mugs, dead people? Well, that's the thing, I mean, they're dead. They aren't in those bodies. True enough. Like Malcolm X's body is not here. Huey Newton's body is not here. Angela Davis, Miss Davis is alive. Silas Shakur is alive still, right? And so in the earliest iterations of their lives, even those who are living, right, who are elders, not ancestors, and let them keep living for a long time, right? When we draw from the best of those people, what we're doing is we are saying we know that what lies in you and what makes you powerful is accessible to me as well, right? And so how do you do that? Well, we do it here in this family and in our system through meditation and other types of spiritual modalities. We know there's only one energy, and we know that we can access it. If God is everywhere, Spirit is everywhere, we can most easily access Spirit by going inside. True God, Spirit is everywhere. But everywhere has got to also mean inside of us. So the most concentrated access point I'll just call it God for now, to God, that we can get to most easily and most consistently is by going inside of ourselves, because God, the energy, the Yahweh, you can call it what you will, is also inside of us. That's a simple but really important point. Some people go to church. I go to church. Church is fine to access God, because other people are there worshiping church. Some people go to the ocean or other places, which I go to the ocean all the time, every day, in fact. And because there is God in nature, for sure. It's obvious in nature. It's more obvious in nature, right? And there's also God inside yourself. So when you go inside yourself, what you're doing is, I'm just checking notes. You're also accessing and touching that God, because that you can always go inside yourself, because that's more easily accessible than going anywhere else and leaving. You get in your car, you don't have to get in your car to go to God, to go to Spirit. That's important, because many people don't even believe that. But I would suggest they try it, right? And then have a practice, because for me, it takes a while. We have a lot going on in our lives. We have families and responsibilities and distracted and people trying to take over the country, insurrectionists running wild, climbing buildings. I mean, man, things are deep right now. COVID, and they can get you distracted for sure. And so having a practice, though, like this show is part of my practice. I like to, this is my way to share. Again, I'm not trying to convince or convert anyone. I'm just sharing what's working for me as a part of our own spiritual practice, to be about serving and spreading information that's not a lie like other people with 45s by their name. But we're not getting on that topic right now. And so, and this goes right into point 3. And so point 3 is that as you begin to invoke the highest aspects of some of these ancestral masters, right, and then call forth from inside yourself that energy, you then put it into play. You put it into practice. You do your work that you were called to do. And that's the key. Someone's got to do the work. I think about that so much, It's really easy to criticize, which is, I'm a critic. I mean, that's my professional training. My professional training is in literary theory. That's my academic training. So I'm a critic of literature. That's what I do. I'm a professional critic. So I understand the value of criticism. That's what I am trying to do as a scholar. So I'm not anti-criticism, obviously, right? It's my job. But it's fine to critique with some type of a higher goal. You're trying to move somewhere, right? If I do a self-critique, if I critique myself, I'm trying to get better, and so I can be a better vessel to do this work. But we know many people are just criticizing to be criticizing, to tear down. You don't want to be that person. You want to be someone who's about doing the work, And the critical piece should be just about trying to fine-tune your game, make your service, make your giving more effective, make your production of your art more effective and productive. So, boom goes the dynamite, guys. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces, I'm out.